Hey guys, it's your boy Marc, back with Rank Wednesday number 188 for the 26th of February 2025. I'm here to rank you every single WWE Elimination Chamber match of all time to date. Elimination Chamber 2025 Toronto is this weekend, and I'm very excited for it. And I've spent the past 31 hours, no joke, watching every single Elimination Chamber match start to finish. So now I've officially watched every single one. I've even rewatched some of them, because I was like, oh man, I remember loving that. Come on, please be as good as I remember. Then it turns out, dang, maybe it wasn't as good as I remember. Or it's like, stuff like that. That being said, there are 34 Elimination Chamber matches, and the past 31 hours have been very insane. My brain is absolutely fried with the Elimination Chamber match. And I've seen some very distressing and upsetting stuff. Stuff that has made me want to break down all day and stuff. But yeah. There's some matches that really weren't as good as I remembered. And it's like, oh man, why? I really loved it when I watched it as it happened. What's up now? Maybe in the future I'll feel that love again. But yeah, I'm going to give you guys my ranking of every single match for the Elimination Chamber. And I got to say, I think binge watching every single one of these certain stuff in these matches are exciting on their own. But when you've been binge watching every single chamber, it's like it eventually doesn't impress you anymore. You know what I mean? I think that might be part of the reason I didn't enjoy some of these matches as much as I thought. Some of these matches I actually loved way more than I actually did initially. This already hasn't turned out how I imagined in my head. But yeah, I'm going to give you guys my ranking of every single Elimination Chamber match. And there are 34. So 34 all the way to number 1. And basically, I'll give you guys a review of each match. And the unique thing about this one is that every single match here is based on how I viewed them in hindsight. So it's not like when you watch it live and you're very much worrying about, oh man, I don't want this guy to win, stuff like that. But number 34, the worst Elimination Chamber match of all time, without question, the men's 2022 Elimination Chamber. What really makes me mad about this one is they did not put any effort into this at all. Clearly, they just wanted to get this over with and done. No thought put into it. And what's infuriating about it, you had Brock Lesnar, never been in an Elimination Chamber before. He comes in and just eliminates everyone so easily. Bobby Lashley, I think Bobby Lashley was already injured, so, he was kind of taken out of the match before he even had a chance to perform, really. But that was still annoying. And then to have Brock just eliminate everyone, especially when you consider, the talent involved in this match. AJ Styles, Riddle, Brock Lesnar himself even, Seth Rollins, Austin Theory. Yeah, the stuff with Austin Theory and Brock was cool, but I'd rather not have that instead of what could have been a genuinely excellent chamber. Especially and this is a problem with both chambers from 2022. They really rushed them, just want to get them over with. So this match pissed me off. And even upon rewatch, still pisses me off. So number 34, worst Elimination Chamber of all time. the men's 2022 Elimination Chamber. By the way, I'm not going to name every single participant. I'm just going to say stuff like the WWE Championship from X year, stuff like that. Number 33, the Intercontinental Championship Elimination Chamber match from 2015. I remember at the time, Elimination Chamber 2015, that genuinely looked like an amazing pay-per-view. I'm not even kidding. Like, I was like, holy crap, this looks like amazing. You had 2 chamber matches. You had freaking Kevin Owens versus John Cena for the first time. And Seth Rollins versus Dean Ambrose. That sounded like the best thing ever. I remember at the time. And then I don't know what happened. This was dog crap, the pay-per-view. I think, with the both chamber matches are back-to-back on my rankings, so I'll talk about the tag one in a bit. But the IC title one, I can respect that. It looked like they were like, oh man, this really isn't working. I think that even the wrestlers realized it wasn't working. Like, you could have fooled me though. Like, I didn't realize that Mark Henry wasn't actually supposed to be in the match early, and then he improvised like, ooh, yeah, he comes out. That was cool. And then you have Ryback win it. Why? I never liked Ryback, really. Although he did like my tweet one time. That was cool of him. Even though I'm not a fan of his as a performer. Yep. Ryback, like your tweet, and I got a message. This is a screenshot, by the way. Rare W take. I'm struggling to remember like what that was about now. So it was cool that Ryback gave my tweet a like. Although I'm not a fan of him as a performer, as a wrestler. So this chamber, it was a mess, but it was kind of alright at the same time. It's not like absolutely god awful like the men's one. I think the men's one from 2022. I mean, I think what pissed me off the most about that one is just how much potential it had, and then you just waste on stupid like fast eliminations. That's why the 2017 Survivor Series main event pisses me off too. That literally could have been the best Survivor Series elimination match ever. And then they do that crap with Braun. I mean, I love Braun, but still. And number 32, the Tag Team Elimination Chamber match from 2015. I remember the crowd was booing this heavy. Holy crap. But I remember at the time I was like, oh my gosh, this match is probably going to be like an hour long. I didn't realize once one guy got pinned, then the whole team was gone. I was like, really? Why are you doing it like this? That was a huge letdown. So 32, the tag one. Yeah, I think this and the IC title one from 2015, I think it was kind of like when you have like an idea to make your own like food, like recipe, and then it sounds kind of good, and then you actually make it and you're like, oh no, this was a mistake. I think maybe this is what happened when they were like conceiving the 2015 chamber matches. But yeah, for me, the biggest letdown of this one was just the fact that, once one guy in the team got pinned, that means everyone gets pinned, the whole team's done. That sucked. I don't know what to say about that one, but yeah, I remember being so freaking disappointed with that pay-per-view back then. I actually reviewed it back then. Go check it out. I don't remember every single word I said in that review, but yeah. Although ignore the stuff I said about Kevin Owens versus John Cena, because that was freaking bandwagon, just trying to listen to what everyone else is saying crap, you know. When freaking Nick Beard rhetoric, says into your brain, be careful about that if you're a new WWE fan. Number 31. I think this one will surprise you guys. The WWE Championship Elimination Chamber from 2012. I was so disappointed. I never watched this match until, I was watching these chamber matches. I never watched this one for the first time until just now. And I was like, I'm not enjoying this at all. Like, the stuff with Kofi and Dolph was kind of cool. Then Chris Jericho kind of just he wasn't really eliminated. He was kind of like just taken out of the match. Then I love The Miz, but it was just down to Miz and Punk, and then Punk quickly takes care of Miz. I don't know, just this one didn't move me at all. I was shocked at how much I didn't like it. And out of the two chamber matches from 2012, based off the names, this one sounded the most awesome to me. Although I had watched the World Heavyweight one last year for the first time, actually. And we'll get onto that one later, obviously. So, number 31, WWE Championship Chamber match from 2012. CM Punk defends. Number 30. This one wasn't as bad as I thought it would be on rewatch. The Women's Elimination Chamber from 2020. It was kind of entertaining, but also it's like, I wouldn't have done this. I would have had it been a competitive match, It's not like the men's 2022 one where it had potential to be like an absolutely epic one, and they just screwed it up to get it over with. Oh, and I know I keep going on about 2022, but another thing that pisses me off about that one, maybe it'll be better to say this when I get to another match later on, but anyway, what pisses me off so much about that one is like just not only Brock eliminating everyone, but it's just love and respect to Vince for everything he's done for wrestling. But it was like just to show how strong and dominant Brock is just for Roman to beat him easily at WrestleMania. That's another thing that pisses me off. As you can see, that was a very easy pick for last place, the men's 2022 chamber. But anyway, the women's 2021, yeah, it was Shayna Baszler just eliminating everyone fast, but it was still somewhat entertaining. I still wouldn't have done this. Still kind of annoying, but I wouldn't have done this. But it was still somewhat entertaining, But I wouldn't have done that. I don't know what more to say, This turned out so much better in my mind now that I'm filming, But number 29, the Women's Elimination Chamber match from 2022. I thought this was going to be last place paired with the men's one. But, again, what I hated about 2022's Elimination Chamber was how freaking short they were. They obviously just wanted to get these over with. But when I rewatched this one, it actually wasn't bad. At least not as bad as I remembered. I think, they did have very short time, the Women's Chamber, yes. But I still, upon rewatch, I definitely think they did their best to, make the most of the time they got. Still nothing special, but it's not like absolutely god awful like the men's 2022 one. I know I keep saying that. I wasn't expecting to keep going back to that one when I press record. I didn't have a script for this. This is completely improvised. I obviously have my list written down. But yeah. Number 28. Now this one broke my heart because I absolutely loved this one when I watched it as it happened live. The men's tag team elimination chamber from 2020. There was a tweet by someone that I saw back in, not for this match, but for Seth Rollins versus Dolph Ziggler from SummerSlam 2018. He was saying that was a cool moment. It wasn't a cool match overall. Although I remember loving that match. But I think I know what he means now, because I freaking loved this tag team match back in 2020 when I watched it as it happened live. And it's like, when I'm watching it now, it's like, what's up now? Like, I'm not feeling that excitement that I did, at least not fully, that I did back then. The moments of, I think it was Lindsay Dorado, kind of climbing the top chamber and then kind of moonsaulting or whatever onto a bunch of people. And of course, Otis crashing through the chamber pod. That was epic. That's probably what he meant. Those were awesome moments, and I think those moments probably made me think the match as a whole was awesome. The match as a whole, like, when I watched it, again, you can go back to my Elimination Chamber 2020 review that I posted the day the show aired. You'll see me probably, I don't remember what I said, but I remember loving the match. And it's like, what happened? I don't have much more to say about it. We still got heaps to go. So once I feel like I can't think of anything more to say, I should probably move on. Number 27. I'm going with the Women's Elimination Chamber match from 2024. I did watch this show, because, remember, this was in Perth, Australia. And me in New Zealand, it was like I actually got to watch a pay-per-view premium live event. Like at nighttime as opposed to the afternoon, which it usually is for us, time zones. And so I remember like being in a super good mood and loving this women's chamber match initially when I watched it live a year ago as it happened. And then when I watch it now, it's like, yeah, I remember being in a super good, chillaxed mood. What happened? It's like that again. The ending was still cool with the, Liv rolling up Bianca only to immediately be manhandle slammed by Becky, who wins the match, of course. But yeah, this match, to me, it wasn't anything special, really. It was very clear that I was just in a super good mood when I watched this as it happened last year. If you watch my review, I probably praised it to death and all that. The next two break my heart, because I remember absolutely loving these ones when I watched them as they happened. Now, by the way, 2015 to today are all matches that I did watch as they happened. So obviously all those ones are absolute rewatches, likely since they aired live. Number 26, I'm going with the WWE Championship Elimination Chamber match from 2021. I completely forgot about that part where AJ Styles gets almost break my pod because Randy Orton RKO'd a bunch of people in a rage and he was trying to eliminate some people. That was funny. The ending with the Claymore, mid-air Claymore. I think while AJ was doing the phenomenal for him, that was still an awesome spot too. But it's again, it's there were cool moments, but yeah, this really didn't hit me the same way this time. But I wish it did. I really wish that I loved all these matches as much as I did. When I really loved them the first time. You know what I mean? I hate it when this happens. Why does this happen? It's like when I saw The Amazing Spider-Man 2012 in cinemas, I freaking loved it. And then I got it on Blu-ray Then I watched it, and it just didn't hit me the same way. I don't know why. I hate that. It's not fair, man. But that's number 26. Number 25, again from 2021, the Universal Championship #1 contenders match. From 2021, like I said. Again, I absolutely loved this one when I watched it as it aired. I watched it with my grandmother too. Even she really enjoyed it. This didn't hit the same at all this time. I don't know what it is. You know? The part with I really enjoyed the stuff with Jey Uso and Kevin Owens, though. That was actually really entertaining. And of course, Brian winning the whole thing only to get squashed by what's his name? Roman moments after. I just realized that both chamber matches from 2021 were followed with a squash world championship match. Like Roman for this one, and of course with the WWE Championship when The Miz cashed in. Remember that? But yeah. Again, maybe one day I'll rewatch these and be like, okay, yes, now it's hitting me the same way that it did when I first saw it. Obviously, I have no time to rewatch them now. And I've already spent so freaking long watching every single Elimination Chamber match. But yeah, and the thing that's been upsetting me today just crawled into my mind again. Before I move on, let me just see what the message is. It was just someone liking my response. Number 24, I'm going with the men's Elimination Chamber match from 2024. This was solid, but it was slow and long as. But it was cool. I really liked the when it got to like the final three, that's when I enjoyed the slowed downness, Like Logan Paul gets RKO'd, pinned. Randy Orton's trying to get an RKO on Drew. And then Drew counters, and then Randy's too hurt. Then Drew's like, bro, are you alright? Almost like that. And then Logan, of course, screws over Randy. Drew wins. It's a solid chamber, but it's 37 freaking minutes long. And it's slow as heck. But it's still good. Like, it's still a good match. This next one, another one that I really loved when I watched it as it aired live. The World Heavyweight Championship Contenders match from 2013. I was very excited to, talk about this one and be like, oh my gosh, this match was awesome. Most underrated Elimination Chamber of all time. Even though it's been about 10 years since I watched this match, I absolutely loved this chamber match. I wish I still felt the same way I did when I first saw it a decade ago. I think it was because, if you remember, back in 2015 when I got that awesome 2013 WWE pay-per-view collection. Do you remember that? I still got it. And I was just watching those DVDs and be like, oh man, I'm so happy to have this. But this was one of the matches that I actually watched multiple times. I watched this one twice. And then I think the second time I was like, wow, maybe it really wasn't as good as I remembered. I'm not sure why I like this so much. It had an awesome beginning with Chris Jericho and Daniel Bryan doing awesome technical moves on each other. Mark Henry getting mad about being eliminated. That was cool. And Jack Swagger rolling up Randy Orton right at the end to get the 1, 2, 3 and win the whole chamber. Another awesome moment. The match as a whole wasn't quite as compelling as I remembered, unfortunately. Um, that was kind of like the similar ending to the women's in 2024, wasn't it? Like, oh, you eliminated one, and then suddenly got another that rolled you up. You know what I mean? But that's number 23. I wish I still loved this like I did the first time I watched it a decade ago in 2015. I know it happened in 2013, but I didn't watch it myself until 2015 when I got the pay-per-views on DVD in 2015. But number 22, this one was last place for quite a while. SummerSlam 2003. This is the first time that we talked about an Elimination Chamber match that wasn't at the titular pay-per-view. Yeah, number 22, SummerSlam 2003. It was solid, you know. It really was the Goldberg show, though. It was cool to see Kevin Nash in there, actually, and then Chris Jericho, and then Goldberg comes out, clears the field, basically. Did a way better job than Brock did in 2022. I know I keep going back to that one. But, I wonder what it was. I bet it was horrible to watch live as it happened back in 2003. Because I remember everyone, I think, was wanting Goldberg to win, and everyone, even today, still thinks Goldberg should have won. That must have been such a deflating, annoying ending when Triple H just sledgehammers him for the 1, 2, 3 right at the end. Far out. Anyway, that's all I got to say about that one. Number 21. This is going to be surprising, I bet. December to Dismember. I know everyone was like, this is easily like the top choice for the worst chamber match ever. People said that back in like 2011, I remember. I never understood why this match was so hated. Maybe this was back in 2006, okay? December 2006. So maybe, I don't know, is it like a context of the time thing where everyone was wanting this to happen and then this bullcrap happened instead? Is it like, you know, if you're following the stories at the time, how everything going on was just pissing you off or something? Because this was a solid chamber, I thought. And, you know, the idea of having weapons in the chamber already, I know sometimes they bring in weapons, like, you know, but it's like, how does that not sound like a fun concept? You know what I mean? I had fun with this chamber a lot. This was the closest we got to CM Punk versus RVD, well, as well as 2013, that Money in the Bank All-Star match. But I had fun with this one. The chair was the star of this one in terms of weapons. It kind of sucks that Bobby Lashley didn't get to put something through that table, you know. It was cool how he used it, though, like to kind of show Big Show, I'm so mad and all that. And then Bobby Lashley wins this chamber and the ECW Championship. I don't know why this is so hated. I know the show as a whole is hated, but this was a fun chamber to me. You know, it's not perfect, obviously, but I enjoyed it. Number 20. I'm going to go with the World Heavyweight Championship Contenders match from No Way Out 2008. I remember the last time I watched this before here. I really just wasn't digging this match. And now I remember I watched it on YouTube, and, you know, YouTube with a billion freaking ads. That would have been why. Yeah. It's not like like a masterpiece match or anything. But this really was about Batista and Undertaker. Like, let's be honest. Although, I really enjoyed Big Daddy V's part in this match, too. I really enjoyed him. Even Khali's for a little bit. You know, rest in peace to Big Daddy V. But this was still good. Of course, the one thing everyone remembers from this is when Undertaker counters Batista into that tombstone. That was such a cool ass counter. And does anyone know if it was planned for Undertaker to kind of like stumble out of the chamber onto the outside? Do you remember that part? I don't know if that was intentional, but it's hard to tell really. It's a very good chamber. Far from perfect, but it's still a very good chamber, I thought. Number 19, I'm gonna go with the women's tag team chamber match from 2019. This was good fun, man. I actually forgot that this was actually the first ever women's tag team champions were decided in this match. I completely forgot about that. I remember it being for the women's tag team championships. I forgot that it was for the first ever, to determine the first ever women's tag team champions. It was good fun. And by the way, my ranking, it's not necessarily what I think the best chamber matches are, just the ones I enjoy the most. So you're gonna see rankings that might seem odd to you even later on. Maybe they already have seemed odd to you. But yeah, number 19, the women's tag team chamber match from 19. It's good fun. The Iconics were funny. And it was just a good all-around fun tag team chamber match. And Bayley and Sasha won. Good for them. Number 18. I'm going with the women's chamber match from 2023. This was to determine Bianca Belair's number one contender at WrestleMania 39. This is the one that Asuka won. This was a lot of fun too. And I wouldn't rate it as highly as I did in my review from back then. But I was like, oh, I rated that way too high. But it's a fun ass chamber match, and it's good fun, and Asuka's awesome, and I don't know what more to say really. Whatever else I need to say, you'll probably find out in my review that I posted for it back then. Number 17, the WWE Championship Contenders match from No Way Out 2008. Yes, still on 2008. I like this one a bit more because of I don't really like JBL that much, but it was cool when he brought in that chair and just smashed everyone in the head with the chair, and it was also cool. The final two, especially with Triple H and Jeff Hardy, that was awesome, compelling final two stuff right there. Holy crap! And for the chair that JBL brought in to be used onto Jeff Hardy at the end, far out. Great match, but it's mostly, on here because of, Triple H and Jeff Hardy, what they did in the final two. Good stuff, man. Good stuff. Number 16. I'm going to go with New Year's Revolution 2006 WWE Championship match. It's a great match. I still think it could have been even better, honestly. And I say that because you have John Cena, the GOAT, Kurt Angle, Shawn Michaels. Those three. This match would have been even better if we had, even though I like them, Carlito and Chris Masters, maybe have them eliminate each other somehow near the start. And then have Kane come in, probably eliminate whoever didn't get eliminated out of those two. Then have Kane get eliminated, and then just let John Cena, Shawn Michaels, and Kurt frickin' Angle, just let those three just make our dreams come true, basically. It's like so much focus on, Carlito and Chris Masters, but it's still a great match, though. That super kick from Shawn to Kurt Angle was sick. And I believe this is the last time that Kurt Angle ever challenged for the WWE Championship. And of course, we all know the post stuff with Edge cashing in, the first ever cash in. Doesn't matter what happened afterwards for any of these, okay? Cash in, great moment, but that doesn't, apply to why it's a great chain match, in my opinion. Number 15, up to the top 15 now. And number 15 and number 14 are very, very much connected. You'll see why. You can't really talk about one of these without the other. And when I get to what event this is, you'll be like, oh, yeah. Yeah, you really can't. Number 15, the World Heavyweight Championship chamber match from No Way Out 2009. Of course, Kofi Kingston was originally supposed to be in this. Edge came in, beat him up, took his spot. And for reasons we'll get onto with number 14. I'm sure you already know where this is going. I think, a lot of people rate this one higher than the WWE Championship one from this event. I think that's because of the shock about Edge, being in this match the way he is. I think, I don't want to put words in anyone's mouth, I think that might be why people put, that one over this. This one over that one, I mean. But, oh man, if you watch this as it happened live, please tell me what it was like to watch this whole event and to see Edge just come in like that, and especially that he ended up winning the freaking. Please tell me what it was like. I want to know, because that's holy crap. It's a great match. But I think a good chunk of why it's great is because of the shock of Edge entering, and John Cena, easiest payday for him. I mean, yeah, he gets eliminated in 2 minutes. Code breaker from Jericho, 619 from Ray, spear from Edge, 1, 2, 3. He gets eliminated really fast, but it's alright because he won it back at WrestleMania anyway, so that's awesome. Still a great match, despite that though. And you already know where I'm going. Number 14, the WWE Championship Elimination Chamber match from No Way Out 2009. Whew. Edge getting rolled up by Jeff Hardy right at the start, and Edge being like, what? That was funny stuff. But, again, it was great. So that of course, that was probably where people first think to this match. I imagine saying, let's be real, Edge being rolled up by Jeff Hardy, that's where the match peaked. But the final two between Triple H and Undertaker at the end, that was epic. That was excellent, the Triple H and Undertaker final two. That's what put this match, personally for me, over the World Heavyweight Championship one from this show. But, yeah, I feel like I kind of talked about these, why these two are so great already, especially when I combine them. They're kind of tied anyway. It was if I had to choose one, I guess the WWE Championship one because of the Triple H Undertaker final two. Number 13. I'm sorry I suddenly went to number 13. But number 13, I'm going with the World Heavyweight Championship match from 2012. This didn't quite hit me the same as it did when I watched it last year. Because, oh my gosh, I watched it for the first time last year. I had so much freaking fun. Especially, it cracked me up so much to see Great Khali enter the match and then get eliminated right off the bat by Big Show. I think I timed it. I think it was, no joke, 47 seconds that Khali was in it once he ended. That cracked me up. And you got Cody Rhodes, young Cody Rhodes, by the way. Who I eliminated Wade Barrett, and then he gets rolled up by Santino, and of course the final two was Santino and Bryan, and the stuff with Big Show and Bryan too was very, very entertaining. But yeah, World Heavyweight Championship 2012. Should I put this list in the description? Because I can understand, like someone not wanting to watch this whole thing. But yeah, number 12. I'm pretty sure I praised this one in my view, but at the time, I really, if I'm being honest with my fans, I really didn't enjoy this that much at the time. For some reason, I was probably too distracted by my phone. This was excellent. Number 12, the United States Championship Men's Elimination Chamber match from 2023. Wow, talk about using everyone to their potential. Epic stuff. Absolutely loved it. Awesome moment between Johnny Gargano and Seth Rollins when they were both sitting on top of the chamber, like like they're friends catching up, and then just all the moves they did on each other. It wove together beautifully. It was just so much fun. Of course, you got Logan Paul coming in, screwing Seth Rollins to set up their match at WrestleMania. Still an epic match. I couldn't believe how much I enjoyed it. And yeah. Now, number 11. I'm going with the World Heavyweight Championship Elimination Chamber match from 2010. I think a good chunk of why people love this match so much is because the ending with Shawn Michaels, screwing Undertaker. One kind of glaring thing with this match to me is how we really never get a full chamber full of everyone. Seems like there's no more than like 3 people at once. Maybe I'm misremembering, but other than that, it was great stuff, especially when it got down to the final two, Chris Jericho and Undertaker. And it's like, oh my gosh, could Chris Jericho actually beat Undertaker? And I was like, oh, of course, Undertaker's going to retain. And then, this was the last time that Undertaker was a champion of any kind in WWE. I just remembered that. But still, badass match. Loved it. Who did Undertaker eliminate before? It was John Morrison, right? I think it was. And just, that was scary, man. Undertaker kind of like looking like gawking at Chris Jericho as he was pinning John Morrison. Anyway, great match. Number 10. I'm going with the World Heavyweight Championship Elimination Chamber match from 2011 this time. This was exciting and brutal throughout. Young Drew McIntyre. Honestly, I still prefer the young Drew McIntyre than who he is today. I really miss 2010 to 2011 Drew McIntyre. He's like a completely different person now. It's also kind of jarring to think this is the same person as back then. But this was brutal stuff. And for Edge and Rey Mysterio to once again be the final two, a la No Way Out 2009. It was super exciting at the end, and excellent stuff. I love it. I love it. Wow, we're up to the top 10 already. In fact, I just said number 10. Number 9. I think you guys are going to think I'm overrating this way too much. Maybe I am, but I have so much fun memories, like watching this as it happened, and I know it was only in 2018, but I still have great memories watching this, and even rewatching it today brought back good memories again. Number 9, I'm going with the first ever Women's Elimination Chamber match from 2018. This was so much fun, man. Just an awesome match. Just sit back, relax, and enjoy and watch. And Alexa Bliss, I was big on Alexa Bliss at the time. I really loved, jacking off to her back then. I haven't done it to Alexa Bliss in a while, years actually. But back then, I was doing that like no tomorrow to Alexa Bliss. So I was very ecstatic when Alexa Bliss won this, and I was like, yes, I had so much fun watching that, etc., etc. And yeah, this is just a good fun to me, and I love this match. And I know I put it over. I put it over quite a few matches. And I know people are like, "Oh man, you really put it over this?" Yeah, like I said, it's just my personal enjoyment rankings, not what I think the best ones are. I literally watched every single chamber match ever, so yeah. Number 8, this was a chamber match that I really didn't care for. Ever, honestly. Until I rewatched it today. And I watched it like maybe twice before this. I think I fell asleep when I watched it as it aired live. And I think I fell asleep right as Bryan got the pin on Kofi Kingston. Number 8, the Men's Elimination Chamber from 2019. I was like, man, why do people keep overrating that one? Then when I watched it today, I'm like, oh my gosh, this is epic. This is exciting stuff. I can't believe I never really appreciated this until now. Like, you had Samoa Joe and AJ going at it. That was awesome. You had that awesome, RKO that Randy did to AJ Styles to get him out. And I think, give credit's due for, the stuff prior to the Kofi and Bryan stuff. But obviously the Kofi and Bryan stuff is what really elevates this match to heights. Man. They're back and forth. Kickouts galore. So exciting. Like, Bryan kicks out of a freaking SOS. Kofi kicks out of a running knee. And it's just back and forth, and very deflating ending where Kofi gets eliminated by Bryan, but it's okay. Because of course we don't know what happened. Bryan and Kofi had that one-on-one match at WrestleMania, and it was epic. Kofi Mania. But yeah. Number 7, this is a match that people might think I'm overrating, but whatever. Number 7, I'm going with the WWE Championship Elimination Chamber match from 2010. Obviously, the thing I love about this one is John Cena winning his 8th World Championship. But even then, it was cool to see everything kind of going together. Sheamus and Triple H going at it. Randy and Ted DiBiase teaming up on people. Even the moment where Kofi, No Way Out 2009, Kofi looking back in case someone's trying to attack him again like last year. That was an awesome subtle detail, and I love that they added that so much to this. But yeah. Even then, you got the legacy stuff, Ted DiBiase Jr. and Randy Orton. And then Ted DiBiase kind of accidentally screwing Randy Orton and kind of going screw it, I better pin him. And, yeah. It was excellent. And, of course, Triple H tapping out to John Cena. John Cena wins the World Championship for the 8th time. And yeah, Batista comes in afterwards, but again, this is strictly based on the chamber matches, this ranking, not necessarily what happens after. But it was alright that Batista did that because John Cena won number 9 at WrestleMania 26. Anyway, yeah. Number 6. Now, people might think I'm really rating this high. But this is a match that was always a personal favorite of mine. I really loved this ever since I watched it as it aired live. Although there's some criticisms I got for it that I'm going to bring up. And I'll mention how. If I could. It's mostly to do with the ending. More than anything, or there's some stuff in them. Either way, this is such a fun chamber match that I love. Can rewatch again and again. Number 6, I'm going with the 7-man Elimination Chamber match from 2018. The Men's Chamber from 2018. This is still the longest Elimination Chamber match to date. 40 minutes long this match is. I really thought there would be several that were over 40 minutes long, even like 45 minutes. But this is the longest chamber to date. Could we see 2025 top that? I think there's a good chance. It was so much fun to see, Finn, Seth, Miz, John Cena, Roman Reigns, Braun going at it. The moment where everyone kind of does the 5-man or however many Shield powerbomb onto Braun, he kicks out. Braun kicking out of the AA from John Cena at 1, that was bullshit. Especially considering that he still kicked out at 2 from the Shield bomb just before. Braun eliminating everyone besides Roman Reigns at the end was a little bit annoying, but still kind of enjoyable and fun to watch, as weird as that sounds. But I do love this match. I have so much fun with this match. The ending was bullshit. The ending was not believable at all. You had Braun Strowman eliminate everyone else in the match. And it's down to him and Roman. Yeah, Braun crashed into one of the pods, but then Roman just does 2 regular-ass spears for the 1, 2, 3. That shit is not believable at all. So if you were to let me write the ending to this match, if Roman absolutely had to have won, and I wrote this earlier actually, I would have had Braun kick out of that second spear that Roman actually didn't realize they ended up winning the match. Then Roman looks shaken. He's like, oh my gosh, how do I beat this guy? And then Braun picks up Roman. They get to the outside. He tries to slam Roman through one of the pods. But then Roman reverses the power slam and then flings Braun into the pods instead. And then I would have had Braun slowly crawl over to another pod where Roman spears him through that. Then, when they get back into the ring, I would have Braun slowly getting up, and then I would have had Roman one more spear, 1, 2, 3. I think that's a much more believable ending than just 2 bullshit-ass spears getting the 1, 2, 3. I understand people might think, oh, you're a hypocrite because you love John Cena. He's your favorite wrestler ever. And yet you sometimes criticize Roman Reigns. Alright, here's the thing, though. I was a kid when John Cena was the face of WWE. And, some freaking smarks think they're so smart by pointing out, oh, he's a part-timer now. The reason I still think it's different from Roman Reigns, Obviously, I grew up with John Cena, and I was already practically growing up when Roman Reigns became the guy. But John Cena was a good guy, and I, being a kid, believed in him. And I fell in love with him. Not romantically, obviously, but you know what I mean. And with Roman Reigns, it's like they forgot to make his character a good guy. It really just felt like Vince McMahon blowing his nut without the same effort of making his character a hero like he did John Cena. Because even kids hated Roman Reigns. You know, and that's what they were trying to make Roman Reigns like, this all conquering good guy. Stuff like that. So that's why I still think it's different. You know, we can have respectful discussions about that. And yeah, Roman's obviously the tribal chief now. Has been for 5 years. He should have been the tribal chief much earlier. Like, even earlier than this match. So yeah, that's I just want to say that. But so yeah. But now we're on to the top 5. For me, this really flew by. I really enjoyed doing this. Although it still didn't quite turn out maybe what I imagined in my head. Number 5, I'm going to go with the WWE Championship #1 contenders match from 2011. A lot of people put the World Heavyweight Championship 1 over this from 2011. For me, obviously, you know, John Cena winning this one definitely plays a part, but I prefer the names in this one too, like John Cena, CM Punk. I love the moment where CM Punk's like desperately trying to get out of his pod and he gets released, but you know, his pod door gets stuck. Then Randy eliminates him straight away. Then the anonymous Raw general manager comes in saying, hey, CM Punk didn't get a fair shot, so he gets to go back to his pod. Stuff like that really entertained me. John Morrison, such an awesome dude too. And obviously, you know, John Cena winning. This was still like a very brutal, super entertaining match that I absolutely loved, beginning to end. And I'm glad I have it this high, you know. I didn't exactly plan for certain matches to be in a certain order when I went to start this whole thing and watch every single one. But yeah. Number 4, I'm surprised that I put this one this high. When I watched it as it aired live, I think I was moody because I knew that John probably wasn't going to win and retain the championship. Number 4, the 2017 WWE Championship Elimination Chamber match. This was excellent. Oh my gosh, the exchanges between Cena and AJ were excellent. Even like Baron Corbin and The Miz and Dean Ambrose. Like, The Miz is about to be released from his pod, and then you get Baron Corbin like waiting for him. Yeah, I got my eye on you. And then Dean, was it Dean who rolled him up? 1, 2, 3. And then Baron Corbin gets pissed. He beats the crap out of Dean. Then Miz comes in, steals the pin, and Dean's out. John Cena eliminates Miz, of course, which is awesome. John Cena took 3 finishes, so at least he took 3 finishes. Yeah, it wasn't like, you know, less than that. He took a freaking, what was it called? End of Days by Baron Corbin. Then a Styles Clash. It was so awesome to see him kick out a Styles Clash. And then the freaking Sister Abigail and then Bray Wyatt won the Elimination Chamber and thus the WWE Championship. I still don't like this. John Cena should have retained here. And John Cena should have beaten Randy Orton and retained again at WrestleMania 33. I will stand on that till my grave. And, yeah. So, obviously, rest in peace to Bray Wyatt, the human being. That doesn't mean I'm not going to be critical and still stand by what I think. To this day, you can go back to my review of WrestleMania 30 that I posted as on the same day the show aired, WrestleMania 30, way back in 2014. I was happy that John Cena defeated Bray Wyatt, and John Cena defeated him very controversially to certain people online. And to this day, I am happy that John Cena won that. So yeah, I would not have regretted John Cena winning here. And then again at WrestleMania 33. But yeah. But yeah, other than that, what an epic match. I can't believe I never really realized how awesome this match was. This match was excellent. I loved it. Loved every bit of it. I don't like who won, but the match itself is epic still. And you know what? Just every bit of it was just so entertaining and fun. And I don't know what more to say. I'm so happy, with how much I ended up enjoying it this time. But now we're going on to the top 3. Number 3. This match, I, no joke, watched 3 times, because I watched it for the first time back in, I think, September. And then I was like, man, this match... No, I loved it when I first watched it back in September 2024, last year. And then I watched it again yesterday, and I'm like, what's up? This match isn't as good as I remember. Then I watched it again. It's still not hitting me like it did. What's going on? And then when I had finished every single chamber, I thankfully gave it one more shot. And I was like, we are so back. Yes, this time I'm feeling it again. Let's freaking go. Yeah. 2014 Elimination Chamber. It was so awesome to see John Cena and Christian go at it. It kind of sucks that we never really got a proper feud between John Cena and Christian. I would have loved to have seen them one-on-one a lot more. But we got this, still an awesome exchange between them here. And we got, Vengeance 2005, that triple threat with Chris Jericho. That was epic. Even then, Cesaro and Sheamus were excellent. Randy Orton was excellent. Sheamus was excellent. Especially that moment when he kicked Randy Orton's pod. That was epic. I don't know what more to say. So much fun. Just great stuff throughout. Christian eliminating Sheamus. Frickin' splash from the top of the chamber pod onto Sheamus. 1, 2, 3. Bryan with the running knee onto Christian. 1, 2, 3. Cesaro AA'd onto the frickin' steel. Great. But also then being put in the STF by John Cena. John Cena eliminates Cesaro. The Wyatts screw over John Cena, sadly. And then the Authority screws over Bryan. So this is the one and only chamber match that Randy Orton won. Although I believe he has the most appearances in the Elimination Chamber match. Interesting, but epic match. I absolutely love this match. And it's number 3. I love it that much. Number 2. So if you're going by... what's the term? Process of elimination or whatever. You already know it's going to be either one of these 2 matches that get the top spot. Number 2, I am going with Survivor Series 2002. The very first Elimination Chamber. When I rewatched this, I was like, oh my gosh, this was way more brutal than I remembered it being. And it's epic. I think everyone gets their chance to shine. RVD and Triple H are excellent. Booker T's excellent. Kane's, Shawn Michaels, of course, too. It's brutal. It absolutely showcases like, yep, that's this match. And it's freaking epic, isn't it? And I don't know, what more does there need to be said about this match? First ever Elimination Chamber. Shawn Michaels' last ever World Championship. Well, I guess you can call this a nitpick. I do think maybe this should have been the inaugural World Heavyweight Championship match. Yeah, this should have been the inaugural one instead of just giving it to Triple H and then defending it here. Yeah, this should have been the inaugural. And yeah, make Shawn Michaels the inaugural champion and then Triple H can beat him for that. Armageddon, which he did. It is what it is, though. Like I said, just a nitpick. It's just... But yeah, amazing stuff. I absolutely adore it. I don't know what to say. I do, however, have a lot to say about my number one pick, and I absolutely could not believe that this ended up being my number one, because I never really properly watched this chamber match, and I never understood why so many people always had a high on their rankings of best chamber matches. But number one, New Year's Revolution 2005. This match, I can't believe I never realized how amazing this match really is. You had Shawn Michaels as the guest referee, which is more like a bonus thing, but it did play onto one storyline, really. And I think it started off with Chris Jericho and Lord Voldemort. Excellent technical exchange. But the atmosphere of this match, wow. The atmosphere was beautiful. And the crowd, because this was in Puerto Rico, this was the only pay-per-view premium live event that was in Puerto Rico until freaking Backlash 2023. And they were counting down, when the chamber was opening up in Spanish. That was beautiful. And the way that storylines weave together so beautifully. You have Edge accidentally sparing Shawn Michaels, the special guest ref. This ended up leading to their match at Royal Rumble. Which, if something like that happened today, we would assume, oh, they're doing that match at WrestleMania, really? I would have assumed WrestleMania, but they did Edge versus Shawn in the Royal Rumble and then a street fight later on. And then you have Triple H and Batista. You have Triple H absolutely cornered. Frickin' Snake. The character, of course. And he's in a submission hold by two wrestlers at the same time. No escape. The countdown. Batista comes out. Now Triple H has a hero. He helps Triple H. And then later on, when Batista needs Triple H's help, beautiful, subtle storytelling, Batista is screwed. Triple H doesn't move. He lets Batista get pinned. And then, of course, he wins the championship, beating Randy Orton. Lost. Wow, just that storyline, those storylines, the atmosphere, everything about this match was beautiful and perfect. It's crazy that Batista's only been in 2 Elimination Chamber matches, yet he had a huge role in both of them. He never won a chamber match. Wow. I never really cared for this match until this. And I can't believe how excellent that was. And that is my choice for best Elimination Chamber match and my favorite of all time. So that's my ranking, y'all. My throat is messed up. I worked hard on this. Thank you guys for watching. Leave comments, subscribe. I'll see you guys later. Peace out. Yeah.